Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Did you hear? Atlantis attacked. In fact, 3 issues worth. It's actually 5 issues, but we're only on issue 3. Just came out this week. Did you hear? Let's get talking about who made this comic book. We'll start talking about the book itself. Sword of the Sirenas, this issue is called. Greg Pak is the writer, Ario Anindito and Robert Gill are the artists, Rachel Rosenberg on colors, and VC's Joe Sabino on letters. The cover is by Rocky Kim, and there's a variant cover out there by Nick Bradshaw and Rachel Rosenberg. All right, so there is a pretty cool battle between Namor and Amadeus Cho, the brute he's called now. And here's something I didn't know he could do. He can actually get super mad and Hulk out a little bit more. I don't know if he definitely doesn't go to his freaking totally awesome Hulk level, but he's a lot stronger than normal when he's in his hulked out form, Hulkered out form. Anyway, he gets mad and gets bigger and greener. So it doesn't really do a whole lot for Namor, though. I guess Amadeus kind of has his "you should have gone for the head" moment, because he probably should have. Anyway, Namor never has that problem. So push comes to shove, and the team starts trying to figure out what to do next, because it's funny, they're realizing more and more who the bad guy is here. No spoilers, although if you've been reading the book, I don't think it's that hard for you to figure it out. This guy's clearly the bad guy, and this is an obvious jab at big business, thinking they could do whatever they want to do, which it's true. They really do think they can do whatever they want to do. They shouldn't, but they do, because whatever, man. When you have that much money and you could buy and influence politics, and that's the only thing that's really bothered me about this, is that I do wish, that's why I wanted to get into this, I do wish they actually showed these guys Mike over here trying to actually buy politicians, trying to buy the vote, that he's allowed to do whatever he wants to do. A law is made where it's like, oh, well, if we got to go to war against Atlantis, so be it. Because it's funny, this is called Atlantis Attacks, but it's not Atlantis who's attacking anybody. However, there's a really cool moment here with the Sirenas, and Namora and one of the Sirenas are actually having a conversation, and they're both telling the same story, and yet it sounds so different because they're on opposite sides of the trench, so to speak, the fighting lines. And it's very interesting seeing both of their takes on what exactly happened. And I love this, because this is that misunderstanding that we all have. Well, we had to attack because you did this. Yeah, but we had to fight back because you were doing that. It's like, well, where does it end? Where does it start? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Who knows? But I'm loving this story. You know what else I'm loving? That there's really no character in here that I really recognize aside from Namor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know Amadeus, we know a bunch of these guys, you know what I'm saying, the Agents of Atlas, but we're dealing with a whole bunch of characters, and more characters started showing up where I'm like, wait, I think I remember that guy from something a while ago. This really is its own book. And aside from the main bad guy, Namor, which, that's fine, it is called Atlantis Attacks, aside from Namor, there's a bunch of characters here who just, they either quit the Champions or whatever group they may or may not have been affiliated with, and they're just like, we're here now. We're in Pan-Asia, and this is our story. And it doesn't really matter what's going on the other side of the world. It's great because this is really making it relevant that superheroes exist all over the world. And there may be that initial, feeling of, well, if Atlantis attacked over here, how come the Avengers didn't show up? The Avengers are dealing with their own things. Pan-Asia has its own superhero team. And I'm enjoying seeing that. This is a fantastic comic book for many reasons than just it's a really cool story. If anything, the story seems to be rushing a lot. It's like, dude, slow down. You could draw this out a little bit more. I'll still be interested. At the end, Namor shows up again. He broke through a wall. There was no sound. So apparently he has a new power here. But I do like the idea that he also summoned the seas and had it return his trident to his hand. That is particularly interesting. Are we making it so that Namor can now control the oceans? Because I've seen it before. I have. But I thought maybe it was just a temporary thing. Okay. So now Namor has hydrokinesis. Wasn't he already dangerous enough to begin with? Anyway, okay. We got to make him more of a threat. Cool. This is a fantastic comic book, and of course, I'm recommending it. I know a lot of people are waiting until the trade paperback comes out. Shame, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. In the meantime, this was freaking awesome, and I'm waiting on the next 2 issues. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.